possible.
On we go to our last match, Pwndnoob versus Elvisnake, way up there in Gold Division.
Yeah.
So before we get into anything too deep this match, I think it's probably good to go over the previous one, which happened back in week 1. Pwndnoob took the victory 7-2 over Elvisnake, and actually he just completely played Elvisnake like a fiddle. Got 2 really good picks for Pwndnoob, who's a behavioralist black magic wizard. High Rise and Pub were his 2 picks, and pretty much was able to use his behavioralist knowledge to find Elvisnake consistently. So I know that Elvisnake was hurting from such a dominating win from Pwndnoob and vowed never to play High Rise again. So I'm sure that's going to be one of the bans.
Let's take a look.
All right. Anyway, yep. I'm just about ready to go with the picks and bans. Pop that up. All right. So anyway, we got the first ban out of Elvisnake. Is I believe it was one of the maps you mentioned, High Rise.
Yeah, High Rise. I mean, you just can't play Pwndnoob on High Rise.
Yeah,
it's a behavioralist like playground.
Yeah, absolutely. That is a good idea. And then the first ban from Pwndnoob, somewhat makes sense for behavioralist, Ballroom.
Yep.
Also, the map Elvisnake picked against Pwndnoob in the last series is a double. So I guess Pwndnoob's like, oh, I don't get mine, you don't get yours.
Yep. All right.
Not a bad choice.
Yep. All right. The first pick out of Elvis sort of like say, oh, you ban Ballroom, I'm just gonna pick Library.
I mean, that's the map that I think most games Elvisnake's looking for a double on. You know, as a
Elvisnake,
as a true hardtail camper.
Probably one of the few pure camper type snipers left at this point, other than yours truly. Really, the only other one that I can think of that's been in SCL that really did it at a high level where it's noticeable as someone who is a camper rather than as someone who's played like 100 games and is camping. If do you guys understand what I mean by that?
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
Makes
sense to us.
Like I mean, yeah, go ahead.
Elvisnake has how many games played? 8,000 or something like that?
A lot.
So,
I think closing in on 10,000, isn't he?
Right. And so he has dedicated himself to the style of just hardtail camping at this point. He doesn't really look for anything else.
The only other player I can think of who really has that level of experience, who is that level of camper, is probably Scientist. And we, of course, haven't seen Scientist since Season 1. And Library just a true campers map, really. It's really good for campers and not quite as good for behavioralists.
Yep. All right, and the first pick out of Pwndnoob, I think it's actually kind of an interesting one, Veranda.
Right,
that's not what you'd expect, because Veranda is very similar to Library in a lot of respects.
Yeah, Veranda is what? If Gallery and Library had a child, maybe you've got Veranda.
Yeah. Although, I mean, Veranda is the older one, so Library is obviously child.
Well, Library is just Veranda taken to extremes, really. That's the way I like to think of it,
Yep. Anyway, so the next pick out of Elvisnake is Courtyard.
Yeah, not surprising. Not surprising at all.
Mm-hmm. Good, definitely, especially good for campers, because getting away with the hardtail is quite difficult on Courtyard. All right, and the final pick from Pwndnoob is Gallery.
Also not surprising. Gallery is a pretty behavioral friendly map. Although Gallery is also, I mean, it offers advantages to both kinds of snipers, I would say, or to all kinds of snipers more accurately.
Yeah. This is going to be a really interesting set, because whilst you look at Veranda, Library, and Courtyard, and you go hardtail camping, those maps you can behavior slow light on quite well. Like Library is the one you're going to struggle the most on, but Veranda, there is just so much idling that AIs do, and if you can spot idling AIs, then you're going to be in a good shot to get.
Yeah, it's just a question of, can you get enough lowlights before the spy uses your behavioral focus to finish a bunch of hardtails in your face using your gaps in view.
This is one of the most fun matches you can get, a pure behavioralist type sniper versus a pure hardtail camping sniper. Most different of styles to come at you.
Very, very much so. I think overall, I like the draft better for Elvisnake. I still think there's just a little bit of a skill gap between Pwndnoob and Elvis. Just a very small one. I think they're both very similar, but I think Pwndnoob's spy play has just been a little bit better so far this season. We'll see.
All right. Anyway, I am ready to go. We got Pwndnoob up first as rocker. Counting it down in 3, 2, 1. Playing it.
Let's see how he does decide to play this. The thing that Pwndnoob will do is punish the fact that Elvis is not looking for anything but tells, and also potentially look for those green purloins.
White purloin right away. That's just death. That's just death. You can't do
has
that.
To be.
Yeah. Lining it up.
Yep.
Easy peasy.
Right.
Pwndnoob, I just talked about what good decisions you make as spy, and you got to do that. I think he was gambling on the green, most likely. Gambling on the green.
Yeah. And like that's the thing, as Pwndnoob, like whilst he is a fantastic spy, and so many times this season he's gone to the last 30-second mark with just one mission completed, hit a bunch of green time ads, and then finished the game and won it as spy. Like he is a great spy. But if you hit that green purloin, Elvisnake, definitely one of those people who will shoot a civilian for a green purloin.
Potentially, although I know I just said that I think that there's a little bit of a skill back gap, but I think that Elvis does not necessarily shoot a civilian, particularly that early. I think I've seen enough Elvis games to predict that. I think he would just get a bunch of lowlights off of that, which is exactly what you should do.
Cool.
Tough loss to take early on there for Noob, because losing that like 10-second game to a camping sniper when you're behavioralist is a little bit disheartening, because it's very rare that a behavioralist gets that quick shot, right? So I mean they have to grind out all their sniper games, so a little bit of a deflation there.
All right. Well, anyway, Elvisnake is up 1. He is Alice, and we're ready to go in 3, 2, 1. Playing it.
So this is an interesting one to spectate, because whilst you want to see how Elvisnake is going to tackle this and what missions he wants to go for, you also have to admire the way Pwndnoob just sweeps around the map and lowlights and highlights randomly. It makes no sense.
Oh, beautiful. Oh,
that's
yes.
He's done it.
Oh, yes. Fantastic.
And that's it. It's the lowlight for going to statues and leaving at the right time. He started up the pickup animation and he left right as Teal's hands touched the statue. Now, a lowlight is great, but it means almost nothing against a behavioralist. They will willingly take you straight back up to highlight.
Yep. But what a time to do hard
Get that bug
Absolutely.
now.
Missed. Oh, that's too bad.
Oh no.
But the fact that he wasn't shot for that and appears to have no heat for that is a good sign. If you're the spy right now, and Elvis, you're thinking you're not very suspicious.
Yeah, I mean, playing against Pwndnoob is it's almost like waves of gameplay, because if you can get that low light and you know how to get low lights against against Pwn, sorry, then you're just looking to try and complete 1 or 2 hard tells during that period of time that you can get away with.
Yep.
In the conversation with the seduction target, this is when
double agent coming in. Double agent coming in. No, goes to statues. That's too bad.
So this is the interesting part, because Pwndnoob will go, all right, I gave that low light to Alice for leaving a statue, and Teal was the one who picked it up, and now he's standing next to Teal and talking. Maybe
it's so hard to see that on library though.
It's just the kind of thing that I expect Pwndnoob to do.
Certainly, that's how he's going to get back into this if he does. Yeah, or that's one very likely way. Oh, she's checking her watch. That's not going to take in time.
Here's the second flirt.
Yeah, no, not going to take.
She does leave.
That's all right. That's fine.
I think that's better for Elvisnake than hitting the flirt. Oh, very hard to know.
Making a lot of trips over to talk to Teal now, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the 3rd time, or 4th time, that Pwndnoob has seen Teal and Alice standing next to each other.
Pwndnoob shaking the laser a lot. No, I don't think Pwndnoob must know he's behind. I don't think he likes what's going on in this match very much.
Notice the way also he's roughly keeping about 1/3 highlights, 1/3 low lights, and then the other third is just neutral lights. Kind of very typical of a behaviorist sniper, that they're constantly looking to try and up and down people as they go.
Yep. Back to
There's
neutral.
The neutral light.
That's a bug. Dead.
Bug.
Yep.
Wow.
That's too bad. Like, if we had gotten that first bug off, I feel like that game would have gone very, very differently.
Yeah, absolutely. That first bug, what it looks like from Pwndnoob's view. He was even looking over there.
I don't think he was. I mean, he's low lit in any event back then. Yeah.
Yeah, he was looking right at it, but I mean, the path was good.
Yep.
Yeah, it's too bad. I think if that takes, then I mean, all you need to do is go to center statues there at the end instead of the left or rights, and then do banana bread and hope you win. And you're in good shape.
All right.
That's really unfortunate. It was literally just Elvisnake starting the action test a little bit too slow.
Yeah.
Not action test, just the action.
On such things, games are often decided in SpyParty.
All right, and we have what looks like our first appearance of the night of Bling Twin as Spy.
Mhm.
Here we go in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Pwndnoob thinks that the twins are the best characters to play on Library.
It's entirely possible. I mean, it is very hard to tell them apart on Library.
They're very slim, they're fast, they've got good animation speed, subtle animations as well. There's a lot of things going for them. Currently just idling in a conversation, waiting for our seduction target to settle so that we can get our first flirt in.
Trying to chase him down. Maybe bug here.
Contact and seduce at the same time?
That's an interesting path. That was kind of an AI-looking path right there.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
No, it really doesn't. It really doesn't.
You might look at all these things and go, Pwndnoob, why you do this? I mean, he probably didn't intend to do it in that scenario, but really Pwndnoob does not care. He can white test banana breads, he can leave conversations, he can flirt, he can stop talk. There's just so many things that he can do against Elvisnake, and he knows it.
What to do, what to do. We're just kind of sitting here with an 18% flirt right now.
If I was Pwndnoob, I'm getting out of that conversation, and there he goes, straight out. The only issue is that the only other missions that he can do at this point are the hardtails.
I'm gonna sit next to the Amba and wait for a chance, I guess, but he's gonna be forced out by Taft, yeah.
Now, alone in the conversation, Pwndnoob going to idle for just a little bit before deciding where he wants to go. Potentially back to our seduction targets to get some progress on that mission. I think if you're going to slip hardtails by Elvisnake, you kind of need to chain them as quickly as possible, especially if you get some green tests.
A frequent strategy against snipers, chain those hardtails together. That way, if you get one by them, you sort of get all of them by them.
And the best way to do that is green purloin into the swap.
Yep. Taking another awkward path here, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what
we want a bug, I think, given the camera positioning, but it's not a great time or place to bug. Not a great angle either.
Yeah, I mean,
waits for the timer though. Yeah, that was a very visible bug, but Elvis was looking away, so just waiting for the timing on that. Did it very well, and yeah, we're in good shape.
I believe Pwndnoob and Elvis live relatively close to each other as far as distance is concerned in American terms, which means that laser latency is going to be pretty crisp. Really can rely on that laser with where Elvis is going to be looking, and Pwndnoob times that very well.
The only trouble we have right now is that we're probably going to have to get a fingerprint, a seduce, and we're going to have to put that book back, I assume. We could do 3 inspects, but it's going to be a lot of time spent doing all that. No, we're going to put the book back.
Difficult fingerprint believers on the briefcase.
Oh God!
Transferring. It's not noticed. Elvis was completely focused on the ambassador's movement.
Yeah.
That's good. So now we've got.
But we've got 40 seconds left. I mean, we've got a flirt, we've got a fingerprint, we've got to, and this is a hard fingerprint as well. Yeah, there you go. I like that play. That makes sense to me.
There's the fingerprint. There's some inspects, and there's the highlight. It's a side statue, and it's the first one. Pwndnoob is now on the radar.
There's not enough time.
Out of time? I mean, this is where Pwndnoob shines on Library. I've seen him do this many times. He'll go to a time ad window. He'll hit a green test, and then
this is just death. You can't do this, right?
Yes, he's gonna take it.
And then what? We have 8 seconds.
We're going to add time.
Yeah, I guess we have to. But I mean,
Yeah.
there's
And
the countdown timer
he's
is
done this
happening.
against Scallions successfully. There's the green time ad.
Low lights.
Oh no, it's a white time ad actually. That's a big white ad. Yeah.
Get
Quite
some
a
low
few
lights,
people.
Elvis.
Quite a few highlights as well.
I think
I
Elvis
think
is
the
just
only one
noting who couldn't have done that. There's a green test
Yeah.
microfilm. Oh, that's dangerous potentially.
Wow.
The
That's
fact that we
really
got
big.
away from that is actually kind of bad because now we can just flirt for the win.
Oh, not quite. It's a 48%.
Yeah. Oh God, 20 seconds. I mean, you really don't want to go to statues, right?
No, you have to time out again.
Ugh.
Purloin is an opportunity. There it
Elvis
is. Green
knows.
test
Elvis.
purloin.
Elvis saw that happen. Elvis saw that happen. I'd be shocked if Pwndnoob won this game. Like
I mean-
that didn't look good for Elvisnake, but just looking at
Ooh.
camper vision, I feel like he knows about that. And yeah, he's
Okay,
just
so
gonna wait. He's just gonna wait
this
for
is-
the. He knows
This is the
exactly what's
interesting
happening.
thing, though. Oh yeah, lovely.
Yeah, he knows. He
Lovely,
knows
lovely,
exactly
lovely.
what's happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame he didn't have more percentage on that flirt.
Yeah, that
Right,
was a winnable game once he got
literally.
away with the microfilm.
Yeah.
Both microfilm timings were really well done. You know, he gets that white test and he goes, crap, that means that he's going to low light. Then he goes, great, he's going to low light. Instantly starts reading the book, transfers the microfilm whilst Elvis is grabbing low lights. You know, it's such good understanding of what his opponent is going to be doing based on his spy actions.
Indeed. It was a very clever timed microfilm for sure. All right, so set 2 of library.
Yep. All right, and let's see. So it's still a lot of back and forth. It's been a sniper party.
Sniper party. Yep.
Yep.
So far.
All right, let's see if Elvisnake can break that curse in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
And that's the thing I love so much about Pwndnoob's sniper style spy style is that even though it was almost certain that he was not going to complete a mission and get the time at, that's a lovely purloin. Well, he's just done it against Pwndnoob, who failed unfortunately. But even though Pwndnoob knew that like it was very unlikely that he won that spy game, he went for it. Time ads, crazy tells out in the open, really just fought for that win as hard as possible and. We got the
if I haven't seen the laser go over me right here, I put that statue down and run so that I don't get a highlight. Yeah, too late now. Yeah.
Here's the purloin. Just noticed now. Here comes the lowlights from Pwndnoob. Who are the people who could have done it?
Good bug.
There's the bug. Yeah.
Oh, we're almost invisible behind that pillar, which is lucky. Very good placement in the combo.
There's the hands, though. Just seen. Let's see what happens. There's a fingerprint on the briefcase. I would just pop that straight back down on the floor.
Excellent chance we weren't seen. We got to walk away now, though. No. Oh, the flirt first. I love it. Great plays. Just barely sneaks in that flirt before bailing. I like that a lot. Yeah.
And I mean, like, the thing about the briefcase is that there's a solid chance that Pwndnoob never saw Elvisnake even pick it up.
Yep.
And so even though you know he obeys briefcase rules and leaves the conversation immediately.
What are we doing here? Oh, we're getting a fingerprint. I remember. Ambo was here. Ambo was here. Yeah. Oh, missed it though.
I thought it would be a easy one. Unfortunately, it was not. This makes it really difficult to complete fingerprint now.
Good
I like that redirect though. Yeah, that's really nice.
Neutral. Yeah, excellent.
Now we're going to
right back up again. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, I don't like that. We've had a lot of attention on us. If we go to statues again, I worry about our survival chances. Oh, very quick on the putback too. Yeah, this is where we get shot. Etiquette. This is where we get shot.
Etiquette as well. That's the thing that I worry about is that etiquette and behavioralism is similar. It's kind of linked. Not completely because they're two different.
Oh, we've got it. Swap alert. Swap alert. Just hang out.
7 seconds. 6 seconds. 5 seconds.
Oh no, we're dead.
Just shoot him for standing on the pad. Yes.
And the swap statue right behind it.
Yeah.
I like that attempt. I like that attempt from Elvis. I don't think he needed to swap there though. I really don't. I think he should have just flirted.
Yeah. It looks like he had a lot of time, but I mean, even if he was gonna swap, I mean, you need to hold on to the statue a little bit longer, even if it's technically a hardtail to go over
Yeah,
2 idols.
That
Can't
was
you
a
just
great try, though. I love
Oh,
that
man.
game. Mhm.
yeah.
So many things from Elvisnake there were just shine. He really played to the I guess the way Pwndnoob snipes.
And
It was so
again,
close.
that game could have gone very differently just based on a little bit of a difference. Like if he had hit that green test on that first
Right.
second fingerprint, then he doesn't pick up the highlight when he goes back to blue bookshelves, and that all could
Exactly.
have gone
And he
very
gets the
different.
low light for redirecting
Yeah.
the neutral light. Like there was a lot of things, and then he could potentially flirt. You know, I think it's a fair enough fear that flirting against a behaviorless sniper is a bad idea.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just differences, I suppose, small differences.
Yep. Well, anyway, we're still at a sniper party 2-2. Pwndnoob as spy on veranda. This is Pwndnoob's pick, so maybe he has a few tricks up his sleeve. Let's find out. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Straight to statues.
Might as well at this point.
The statue is seen as well, very visibly ahead. And there's the highlight. Just a single inspect.
No more suspicious than any other highlight, really, but not great to start with.
I mean, as far as Elvis is concerned, all he's going to be thinking is that person has one half of the inspects done.
Yep.
Contact double agent is available if we want to go for it. Lots of people in conversations, but it's very difficult to know that
we've
from our
pulled
current
Toby
squad.
over. This is
Yeah,
gonna
that
be
might mean that we're going for both the contact
Oh,
and
but
the
now the
pylon,
DA
but-
has left.
And in the
We're
red.
There's a
committed. White, we take it. Oh, but the BB Purloin works. That's
not dead yet.
That's gonna be problematic for Elvis because I don't think he
Straight
saw
to a
who
gulp.
took that.
Yeah. Straight to a gulp. Now we're at green bookshelves.
Elvis should get some lowlights off of this.
Yeah, lots of lowlights.
Yeah, there you go. That's how you react to getting busted on Purloin.
But if Pwndnoob knows that lowlights are happening, this is the chance to go for the microphone transfer. Whilst the lowlights are going,
He
doesn't strike.
oh, whoa. I was concerned. You brought him down to neutral light for a second.
Possibly just trying to mark books.
So
Pwndnoob.
Elvis has got about a third of the possible spies low lit now, which is not a great position for the camper to be in with regard to Purloin. But it is something.
Yeah, no. That's the thing, is that against a camping sniper,
Oh!
they're not going to...
Oh, that was seen.
Oh!
Oh, that's too bad.
Wow. That is
Yeah, I
very
tried to fit
unfortunate.
in into just a little bit too thin of a spot there and just missed. Yeah.
They say that you can get away with this against Elvisnake, but he takes that shot.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean that was a hardtail, so
Absolutely.
yep, it was right in his face. You know, even a
Might have had a better chance of surviving if he had just stood there outside the condo for a second and then walked away. That's a lot
Yeah.
harder to visually see. When you try to jam yourself into the place you just missed, that's very visible.
And if you do that, I mean, it's Elvisnake, but like, I don't know how much he weighs in on this kind of stuff, but like a behavioralist is going to love that. If you just stop outside of very full conversation and then leave, like they're going to think you're an AI.
All right. Anyway, with that, we're still at a sniper party. Next up, we got Elvisnake as spy. Maybe he'll be the first one to break serve in 3, 2, 1, planet.
If his library game was anything to go off, Elvis clearly knows how to play with the lights that Pwndnoob throws out. Flirt available, seduction target at our feet. Double agent just in the conversation next to us as well. That's going to be a 34% to start us off.
It's a very normal start to this game. Yep.
Brenda, any 5 of 8 missions with a 4-minute clock, meaning that you have to complete just over a mission per minute. I'm really interested to know how many lowlights Pwndnoob's going to get off
Put
of
it down.
the
Put it down.
broken.
Put it down. There you go. Oh God, I get so worried. Like in these situations where you haven't been highlit by Pwndnoob for a statue visit yet, you should almost treat it like trying to sneak a swap by him and just put it down. You can get the other 2 later.
Yeah. So for those who are unaware, green bookshelf is slightly broken on veranda. There's a good portion of the back part of the pad that you can't interact with books on,
Ooh,
meaning
wait.
that if AIs land on it, then they just redirect completely off it. And I'm sure Pwndnoob's going to use that to get lowlights.
We had a mist bug, which was kind of visible, but Pwndnoob wasn't really looking at it, so that's fine. Gonna get try number 2 here, maybe? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, beautiful.
Nicely done. So much cover. And the thing about Pwndnoob is that whilst he is a behavioral sniper at heart, he spends the first half, maybe 2/3 of the game getting his highlights and lowlights, and then he just really camps missions for the rest of it. He kind of goes, all right, what are my highlights doing? They're at a statue. Is it going to get swapped? Are they getting a drink? Is it going to get taken? And so to get those hardtails against Pwndnoob early is really where Elvisnake needs to find some ground.
That was a great bug by Snake, though. He's in a little bit of time trouble, but has got small progress on a bunch of missions. Gonna pick up small progress on another mission here.
Fingerprint is going to take it back to the ambassador. So we've got
All the way across
34%
the
on
map.
our flirt. We've got 1 inspect done, and we've got 1/2 of our fingerprint. We are going to have to stop in just a second. We do get
dirty.
turned into the conversation.
Dirty.
Purloin, whilst we're there, taking the drink, and now he just walks away.
Not seen at all.
I don't think he gets seen.
Serious hardtails. Yeah, yeah. The fact that we got away with that is a good sign for us. Let's just chase the ST now. We really don't want this drink in our hand. Oh, I don't want it stopped at the window. Oh,
There's
and a
the
sip
guest
as
list
well.
that's shown is gone.
Yeah.
Let's see how Pwndnoob reacts to that. I mean, a green test with that Purloin would have been amazing, but honestly, because of Veranda's viewing angle, you can struggle to see the guest list when Toby is kind of on that wooden planking portion of the map, and so really
we
does
spent
help.
so much time
the
doing
Purloin.
this. I think we have to either rush or add time here.
There's
Keep
a
going window to
fingerprint
window to
on
window.
bookshelves. Yeah. I think he thinks he's potentially more suspicious than he is. 45 seconds added to the clock. We're at 1:16 now.
That'll help a bit, but we're still going to have to keep our foot on the gas here.
Double agent and seduction target are in this conversation, but we are not in range to get a 2 flirt. It will be 3. It takes 45 seconds to make that timer go down. So I feel like flirting almost is off the table based on the position we are. We need a double contact. There's so many people in conversation.
Oh, it's red. Cough
Oh, no.
inbound.
There's the cough. He didn't see it, though. Just lowlights. Unless he did see it.
How do we win here? We need to inspect or get the fingerprint real quickly here.
The seduce is going to happen so late. So we need to inspect and then seduce or then fingerprint.
No.
Pick it up slowly. No, he picks it up
Carlos
quickly.
is
Difficult on
busting us
this.
here.
Difficult fingerprint on this statue.
Let's
see
go
if he
for the
can get
fingerprint. Oh, it's a swap. Oh, no. And interrupts the animation. Oh, yeah, it's all over. Yeah. Oh, boy.
It is all over.
I assume that was a missed fingerprint attempt there rather than an intentional swap.
Oh no, looking like he's saying you wanted the green there, so in chat.
And that was
so...
on the Purloin. On the
Yeah,
Purloin.
he was
it on the
talking about that
Purloin?
Purloin.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So hopefully that was not his plan. I mean, he got away with so many other ridiculous things that maybe he, why not?
I mean, and the other thing is that we can very clearly see from our casting station that statue is fingerprintable. But when the spy picks up a statue, the only way they know it's fingerprintable is if they cycle through the entire mission list or action list. And so Elvisnake confirms that he didn't know that there was a fingerprint there, but he scrolled past it onto the swap and just missed the action test on it.
Sniper
but man,
Party continues. Yeah.
that was a fun game from Elvisnake. So far, Elvisnake's spy games have looked far more convincing than Pwndnoob's have.
Yeah, he's always just one slight misplay away from winning, isn't he? Like like in both the library games, he was just had missed that bug, hit that red test on the fingerprint, and then on Veranda, he just scrolls past a little bit. Like just so close in all these games to spy wins. This could very easily be a 6-0 Elvis right now.
Right.
And we'll see. Still Sniper Party. Pwndnoob now with the opportunity to be the one that breaks serve. Let's see if he can. In 3, 2, one planet.
Right now, it looks like Elvisnake has more agency than Pwndnoob, and if you don't get that, then Discord, scroll back in the League chat channel will be your friend.
Oh my god, here we go. 3. One more. No, just 3. All right. So 6 minutes
That
on
is
the
a lot of
clock
time adds.
for Pwndnoob now.
He is just gonna idle, and let the entire party get highlight. That's the weakness of highlighting for statues, is that eventually, with enough time, all guests are going to visit statues.
Well, how are we going to capitalize? I mean, you still have to get the hardtail by the sniper at some point, right? So it helps you set up a better hardtail, but you still got to do it.
Looks like we're going to start off with our seduction target, as is most games. The flirt is a white test for 34%. Good chance for a bug.
Yeah,
Ambassador
free bug.
does walk the path.
Oh, he's zoomed in.
Doesn't take it.
No.
Doesn't take it. That's just such that's a bug if you play Veranda that you need to be ready for. AIs will often split between going left or right around this tiny conversation just outside the doors, and you need to be ready for them. Here's the second
Try
chance.
number 2. There you go.
And this time he hits it, and it's free.
It's a free bug. Can't guard that. I mean, you can, but you have to be really, really paranoid about it.
And you have to go all the way to the right.
Yes.
Check the hands.
Or left. Yeah.
All the
one
way
or
to the
other.
left. Probably left in this
Not a
scenario,
position.
considering
Neither position is one you want to be in on Veranda for sure. So now if I'm Pwndnoob, I'm just saying I'm just going to do all the soft tells. I've got 4 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm just going to do all the soft tells, nice and slow. I got my hardtail done. Why do anything else?
No, for sure. On Veranda, if you can get that bug passed and you have the time, then just get that fingerprint, get those inspects, get that contact in the flirt, and it'll be a very difficult shot for Elvisnake to make.
And if you're playing against me, you should just do them all really fast.
Here's the blue book. It's a microfilm transfer.
Doing microfilm. I don't like that.
Good cover. Good cover. I mean, it's a green test. It's an animation cut, but it's fine.
It's just manual transfer microfilm is just like giving Elvis as many chances to find us and shoot us as we really don't need to give him that at all. I mean, we could just be doing soft tells here.
Exactly. You've added an extra 2 minutes to the clock.
I mean, not just one more hardtail, but 2 more hardtails with microfilm manual transfer.
Yeah. First one does go unnoticed, though. Pwndnoob currently sitting nicely at neutral light. Currently repositioning across the map. Red book, and of course, we want to finish our microfilm.
Are we going to do microfilm again already? I mean, I guess we've got some cover here, but goodness.
I mean, look at the party. We've got how many highlights? A whole 7 of them. There's the microfilm transfer. It's another green test.
Yeah, not seen.
And this position is not the easiest to see a green micro test film. That's another hardtail pass.
Surely we do soft tells.
Right. Yeah, I expect at this point it's seduce, contact, inspect for the win.
Yeah, I'd actually
3 minutes left on the clock.
Do fingerprint if we could. Yeah.
Right. Well, there's a lot of them available. I think the ambassador was just at statue, and he was at red bookshelf as well. Let's see how Pwndnoob approaches this now. This will be his 3rd book visit if he does decide to go to red, but right now we are just idling. Toby comes to us. We did not request.
Don't prolong that.
That's just a drink tape, but now we can't go to the statues and get our soft tells.
Yeah, it's okay. Oh, we wanted to do double agent there, but no dice.
Whilst this is going on, Irish has just completed inspect on us, which is good. If you're going to feed the snake, then allowing these AIs to visit statues, there's always the possibility you can force a miss shot from Elvis. It really just depends on what Pwndnoob wants to do. Does he want to take the spy win via missions complete, or is he happy to play the game of Russian roulette with maybe a purloin?
Without the time ads, the game would have ended about 45 seconds ago.
This is going to be our first statue touch, but it's a slow sip. Not noticed. Elvis is zoomed in on the left side of the party, where almost everyone is highlighted. Ambassador's standing on top of us. There's our highlight.
Yep.
Inspect 1. inspect 2. The statue
So
gets put back
Pwndnoob
down.
wants to go statues to statues pretty rapidly here. I mean, I don't think he's going to get shot for it, but if any of the Softails could get you shot, that's probably the one that's going to do it, I imagine. But I think
Is it
Pwndnoob's
Purloin?
got this in the bag, barring some kind of disaster. Yeah, no,
You'd think
you
so.
don't Purloin there. You know, there's why Purloin there? Got this in
Right,
the bag.
exactly. 50 seconds on the clock here, Kaylee, and the last inspect to come through here. We have 2 out of 5 missions completed, and we are about to get the beeps coming through.
Yeah,
Inspect
I think the
does
clock
go
is.
to...
I think the clock's a bit bigger threat to Pwndnoob than Elvisnake is at this point. Like, we got 30 seconds. We have to get in a banana bread and a flirt. Let's do it.
My issue is, once we contact, even if it's a fake, how many of these AI have actually got fingerprints and inspects? Is there a reason for Elvis to shoot someone else? Here comes the contact. This is going to be the real test. We can't actually flirt with Irish either, which is
we're crowded out.
fun.
We can barely fit in there. There we go.
Oh, we just
3
got it.
seconds of overtime. Yep. I mean, I
don't
think
think
you
we can
might
shot.
get shot here, but I mean, any of these AIs has about an equal chance to get shot, right?
Here it comes. Red dress was the one that was more
Oh, unfortunately,
suspicious.
not
The
enough
shot was
time to
true.
shoot.
I mean, Elvis is just trying to protect his civilian shot rate.
That's right.
Yeah, he's he did not want to feed any snakes there. Looks did he try to shoot? Yep, he did try to shoot.
Yeah, he did try. Yeah, and that was just an issue of Elvis not sure who he wanted for his overtime shot, even if they wanted to come through.
Unfortunate. So with that, Pwndnoob does in fact break serve first. The first spy
First
win.
spy win of the series. Yeah.
So it's gonna be on Elvis. Ooh, he's Smallman.
Small
Can
man.
be pretty strong on this map.
Make it happen. That's
Not
right.
not quite.
One sec, guys. I skipped past a map by mistake.
Oh, whoops. That does indeed happen.
Yep, I'm good now.
All right. Okay. Here we go. Counting down. 3, 2, 1. Playing it.
So
Small man veranda.
4-3 the score now in favor of Pwndnoob. Elvisnake has to win as spy to keep it even.
I have fond memories, Kaylee, of playing Small Man on Veranda, grabbing a blue book, walking it to red, sitting in this conversation just behind Elvisnake and getting bug, Purloin, contact, and seduce from it.
Yes. Look at how Elvisnake is playing this. Flirt, leaves the convo immediately. Books, leaves the bookshelf immediately. Gonna wait for the flirt cooldown to come off. Just nice aggressive play coming out here.
Equally, as Pwndnoob knows that he can get away with some, crazy stuff against Elvisnake.
Oh, bug is free.
Elvisnake also knows. Oh.
I mean, it's barely, you can almost not even be seen in that convo, can you?
Hits the flirt as well.
Yep.
My gosh.
Oh, hi, Double Agent. Yeah, absolutely. I love just free missions. Yeah. Oh my God, so good. Oh, and the ST goes there. Oh, we're gonna have 4 missions done.
Fun memories, Kaylee, of me.
Oh yeah.
Of my small man times, and Elvisnake is just bringing them to my.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness, that's 4 missions done. Do we statue swap or do we play it cool with the inspect?
Just go statue to statue here. Just rush the statues really fast. Go one to another set and dare him to shoot you at 240 left.
Well, here we go. It's going to be our first inspect. It's the front of the map. You can swap statues fairly successfully here, but I think it's safer to just go for the inspects, like you mentioned, with 2:30 on the clock. You can even wait a minute if you want to before going to the next
I mean, why would you? It's almost less suspicious to do it now, isn't it? I mean, like, you don't want Pwndnoob to think, oh, it's getting late in the game. That's the second inspects. Maybe I need to shoot. Just go there and say, yeah, what? Are you going to shoot me for it this early in the game? Or are you just going to watch what I do next? I think it's less suspicious and you're more likely to win doing it now.
Here's the mission win countdown coming up on your screen. 10 seconds for Pwndnoob to figure out Smallman is the spy. And currently he is zoomed right on into the wrong side of the map. 3 seconds left and Elvisnake equalizes us back to 4 apiece with one of the most aggressive spy games I've seen in a long time.
That was a clinic. That's how to play Smallman right there. That's exactly what you do.
Yep, you go into a crowded conversation and be invisible.
And I mean, a lot of things happened that broke well there for Elvis. I mean, the AMA came right next to us. The Double Agent came right into our convo. But I mean, full advantage was taken of it, and that's skill.
Absolutely.
In addition to the luck. Yep.
So we are tied again, but that was 2 spy wins back to back instead of sniper one. So very very interesting. We shall see how it goes on Courtyard. This was Elvis's pick, so he may have a chance here to catch a lead. We'll see. Are you both ready?
Yes.
Yes, I am.
Awesome. I'm counting it down. 3, 2, 1, playing it.
And the great wizards and sages will remember that before SEL started this season, Pwndnoob cursed Courtyard to be spy wins only on SEL broadcasts.
Man, I hope not.
Let's see how he does take this one out. Standing next to the ambassador, but we're not quite in range for a standing bug. But of course, if we were to go for it, it would be a reverse arm, which might be harder to see. Instead, we're just going to window pad.
It's all about the hard tell this game. It's going to come down to whether or not Elvisnake notices either the fingerprints or the hard tell. That one already has a fingerprint on it, so hopefully Elvis has that noticed.
I think if Pwndnoob's picking up fingerprints at this point in the game, then it's likely going to be a soft tell spy attempt.
Yeah, no need to do the fingerprint and a hard tell, to be sure.
You can also go for a hard tell and no contact as well. When you have fingerprint completed, it opens up a whole new world of possibilities from spy.
Very true. Although usually what you want to do against a camper sniper is just cash in that fingerprint completion for a soft tell game.
Eiling in the conversation with the double agent, potentially looking for a good time to go for it. That's a gulp of a drink, maybe going to statues soon.
That doesn't matter. Nothing wrong with that.
It just sets up that we want to go to statues and we want to pick it up quickly. There's an inspect. We're not... Did we flirt?
I think we got it off as we entered, didn't we?
No, we didn't.
We have two done in any event.
Yeah. Missed opportunity for the flirt, but it's whatever. With a minute left, you only need one more to complete. Standing next to the ambassador now.
Ooh. Maybe trying to force the Amba out, yeah, so we can pick up his briefcase.
That would give us our second fingerprint, and we pounce on the opportunity.
50 seconds to go here. Plenty of time to win the game.
The issue is do we look suspicious going from conversation to conversation if only the double agent and seduction target could be in the same convo?
Yeah, we're not going to know until the banana bread whether or not Elvis has this tracked.
Here's the seduce done. It's 3 out of 4 now. 30 seconds left on the clock, and the double agent is in a conversation for us.
Banana bread.
Ooh, I like this.
General's a low light, yeah. Elvis with a good response, just reacting with low lights. Now here's the moment of truth.
Banana bread.
Banana
bread. It's instant. 9 seconds on the mission
it's
win
with 12
countdown.
seconds. The temptation not to shoot is going to be really high. Yeah, I think he's got it. Elvis did not have that first fingerprint tracked, I think. Yeah.
Nice
All
stuff
right,
coming out. I think that
the curse of Pwndnoob is with us right now. Seems. At least half of it so far.
and missing the first print. Elvis confirms in chat. Was the Death Note really for Elvis there?
Yeah. Those are the early drink prints. You don't really expect a fingerprint to be on a drink that soon.
Yeah, you have to be so cautious with the ambassador. I mean, campers playing Courtyard, I mean, 90% of their attention has to be focused on the ambassador in terms of how much time you spend looking at something.
Yep.
On we go. Elvis got a spy on Courtyard now to keep it even, which is a lot harder than on Veranda, that's for sure.
That is for sure. And here we go. And 3, 2, 1, planet.
Playing Seek here. AI controlling all the way. A lot of people at this window pad, and Elvisnake's just going to chill in the conversation for now. Probably more suspicious to all end up at the same window pad like that. We can't flirt from here. Instead, we're just going to check our watch. And the double agent and the seduction target is together.
Yeah, Pwndnoob guarding that bug well. Decides not to pull the trigger on it. Wisely does Elvisnake. Just going to pick up a third, it looks like.
Done a lot of idling to begin with, hoping that maybe he could be one of the lowlights that Elvisnake may be checking out. Here comes a contact double agent. It's a white test. There's, 3 5 total, 6 total, 7 total. I upped the number to
Not a
little
great
banana
number.
breads there. That's a lot of people though that could have got
Yeah.
that content for real.
Yeah, then they come back
Seduce is
down
green
now.
as well.
Yeah.
51% on Seduce, that's nice. Good time. Go to statues, a bit of an awkward path around Pearl. It's a fingerprintable statue as well,
Oh,
but
and the
unfortunately
red
it does
swap.
fail.
Oh,
Red
oh.
swap, here we come round.
Dead?
Flash has stopped,
Dead.
and there's the realization.
Yeah. Oh, so I don't know if he was gonna. Well, the first 3 ones we might have won as Spy, but that one I'm not sure he would have won. But definitely he did lose because of that error.
Yeah. Once again, accidental swap.
Yeah, that had to be an accidental swap trying to get the fingerprint, right? I think
Oh,
so.
he started fingerprint first, so
Oh, did he?
he did fingerprint and it failed.
Oh, okay.
Maybe trying to get the second inspect or something.
Yeah.
It's such a
I don't
weird
know.
time to swap. Yeah, I figured like that hack couldn't have been intentional.
And with that, Pwndnoob locks in a draw.
Yeah,
It'll
tough
be-
spot for Elvis.
Yep, it'll be up to Elvis because he has to snipe first and then spy, which is it's gonna be tough. But it's possible. And we have the dreaded penguin as spy on gallery.
Oh no! Oh no!
Pwndnoob is
Smallman on
totally
gallery,
looking to
but
address
Elvis will be on top of it. Elvis knows perfectly well how to deal with Smallman on gallery.
Yep,
I feel like.
you just shoot him right
You
away.
just shoot him
Highlight him.
right away. That's right. And then you win. So I want to point out that I think a lot of Elvis's performance as Spy comes down to the little things. Like Elvis's theory and like general style of play and decision making has been superb as Spy, but I guess the micro is the way you want to put it, has just not been there. Like we miss a bug, we've been missing action tests. Just got to work on that micro. And this would be a very fearsome Spy performance from Elvis.
Yep.
Just comes down to those little mistakes.
Yeah, there were at least two Spy games where he nearly had it in the bag with that, other than a couple mistakes.
It's just tough. He's getting the hard part right, and it's the
Yeah.
easier part. Yeah, exactly.
All right. Anyway, here we go. Let's see if Smallman can do his thing on gallery. This is his map, and 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Oh, need a restart. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's go back.
Ready when you are.
All right, and let's try this again in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
I mean, if the comic, I don't know, it was Stuart Harper. I'm not sure his in-game name. Draw about Elvisnake is true. Elvisnake plays all of his SEL games from the comfort of his bed, mouse on mattress.
Yep. Yeah. Look at this classic. This classic Smallman play. We go right to green bookshelf, do the microfilm transfer, standing in the back of the combo where he's invisible. Yeah. Yeah, Elvis traditionally plays SpyParty, laying in bed, as Sharper has illustrated, right next to Elvisnake, his wife. Yeah. Oh, that was seen. You can always see that with the kneel from Toby.
It is a green though. It's going to be instantly taken here from Cowboy. Let's see how Elvisnake reacts to the guest list being gone.
Just low lights.
Low lights available.
Everywhere. Lots of low lights.
Low light.
Yep,
Here's one. Here's 2, 3, 4. That doesn't count. That's a Spectre TA. So 3. Potentially got to go more, but maybe playing a little bit more reserve. This is a very important sniper game for Elvis. We've got our Seduce up to 51%. Here's the second. Oh, that's
whoa.
A trigger pull.
What?
That's another trigger pull. Elvis, hold it!
What are we doing?
Hold it for longer!
What is happening?
Elvis, dude! That's better.
What?
He just figured out that Pwndnoob was playing Smallman. He fully subscribed to the theory that you see Smallman come from the back of the conversation shooting Paley. But even more importantly, the patience on that shot has to be credited.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, you can see they're just, the game just like did not want Smallman to be killed there.
So Elvis saying that he suspected that when so he saw Smallman at Green Bookshelf and suspected shenanigans, and then he saw the kneel and the purloin happened right after that, and so he's just like, it's gotta be.
I mean, he
It's
couldn't
gotta be
shoot until he
Smallman.
came out,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like if you go back and look at the entirety of like that purloin after it happens, there is no visibility on Smallman. And so
Yeah,
if
he
you know that
cannot
it's
be shot.
Smallman,
Yeah.
yeah, you cannot be shot. I mean, the tip of his forehead is visible every now and again when Salmon leans a little bit to the left, but you're not going to take that shot. It's too risky. And so just
So-
waiting for him to resurface. It's just
Really,
amazing.
he just had the purloin guarded, and he just never had an opportunity to shoot until then.
Yep.
Because Smallman is fair.
Yep. Anyway.
I mean, the impressive thing is that even then, when he gets the opportunity to shoot, to hold it through every single one of those AIs diving in front of the laser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait for the
that's
clean
patience.
background. Wait for it.
Holy.
Red light. Do not take the shot.
Yep. All right. Anyway, now Elvisnake as spy, he has an opportunity to bring this to a draw.
I
But
didn't
it's-
realize that Checker had implemented recommendations already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know they were going to be that powerful.
All right, here we go. Elvisnake as Andrew Ryan.
All right, ready to go. This is the final match of the night. See how it goes in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Mr. A, Walt Disney, Pencil Stash, Andrew Ryan.
So much in Gold Division actually comes down to this very game, which is worth 1 point to either player. There's a bug right off the top. 3 to bookcase,
Big
wee woo,
Oh,
but
woo, woo.
yeah.
And actually, this is really big because whilst Pwndnoob doesn't necessarily care about 3 at a bookshelf, what he does care about is feet. And if
Yeah.
you can look at the
Oh,
feet
dead.
through the sniper cam,
Oh, Pwndnoob looked away in the zoom just as the microfilm started. Ouch.
yeah. White test
right.
as well, which is very painful. But it's a white test at blue. That's the one you want to get away with because the green one is a little bit easier to get away with if you hit a green action test.
Elvisnake in a reasonable position here has some high heat missions done.
I mean, most of the heat literally comes from him stepping on Cowboy's foot. At
Oh, this is going to be overwhelming temptation right here.
Flirt
Yeah,
gonna come through.
it's all down to the
A
microfilm,
green
I think.
test, 51%, very visible. This conversation is not
Yeah.
packed whatsoever. I think Elvisnake would be best served leaving the bookshelf, and he does.
Exactly what he does. Yep.
Standing on top of the briefcase.
He's being so active. 3 to books is not a hard tell. It's sort of a. Some people believe more that you should assign suspicion
meme.
for it, and some people believe less that you should assign suspicion for it.
What Pwndnoob specifically believes is if the feet touch, then the spy is likely involved.
Yep.
And the feet most certainly did touch.
Okay, we have a non-zero chance of this working if we return the microfilm here. Oh, Irish blocking
White
for us.
test.
Oh, but the
White
head.
test.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's too bad. If that were a green test, then Irish could have blocked it for us. But
All right,
yeah,
that
it
was
was a white
unfortunate. And
test.
with that, Pwndnoob takes it, and so the Gold Division is actually very interesting right now. It is. Bring it up just to see it. I believe they're all So it's
well, you
10.
got Falcon hitting clear first, right?
Yeah, Falconhead and very much in first with
Mm.
10 points, and I believe Falconhead still has this week's game to play.
That's true.
God! So
Yeah.
Falcon Head is pretty much clean
Yeah.
in that top 2 with 2
Yeah.
weeks to play because he's 2 wins up on everybody else. So Falcon Head, I think, locked in in the
top
Gold
2 at
Championship.
least, yeah.
Mhm.
And so yeah,
I mean,
but
Elvisnake and Scallions all still not eliminated.
yeah,
from
Pwndnoob,
that.
yeah, it's actually super close there. It's Scallions at 6 points, Elvis at 7, and Pwndnoob at 8. So they're all very close. Any win,
anyone's game, but
Yeah.
Pwndnoob has the edge. Let's take a look at actually what the week 9 or week 8 through 10 schedules looks like here.
Scallions has the chance to play upset. I mean, he's playing Falcon Hit week 7, and obviously if he gets that win, it puts him right up there with Pwndnoob and also holds Falcon Hit back for a week. So that's a really big matchup.
Yeah, Elvisnake plays Royal Flesh next week. Elvisnake probably the favorite there. And Scallions versus Pwndnoob is the important game next week. That one has pretty dire implications. In week 9, what's that?
Scallions has a lot of work to do. I mean, he plays Falcon Hit, then he plays Pwndnoob, then he plays Elvisnake.
Yeah,
That's
he's
a lot
got
of.
he's got the
He is
hardest road.
completely.
Yeah.
He's in complete control of his road to finals.
Whereas both Pwndnoob and Elvisnake have matches left to go against either Sharper or Royal Flush, who are near the bottom of the division right now.
Yep. So they could definitely play spoiler to a lot of this.
Yeah,
Yep.
Elvis actually has 2 matches. He's got one against Royal Flush. He's got one against Sharper, and his other one is against Scallion. So Elvisnake probably, even though he's in the middle of that race for second place, he's got maybe the easiest remaining schedule. So Elvisnake could very much still be in that top 2.
I mean, if you were just going to go off of favorability alone, you'd probably predict that Elvisnake is going to finish the season on 11 points guaranteed, potentially 13.
Yeah, you got to think that. Let's see. I think what I really want to know is what does Pwndnoob have left to do?
Yeah,
He's
it
got
looks
to play.
like-
He's got to play Sharper. He's got to play Scallions, and then in week 10, who does he play? He's got to play
Falcon hit.
Oh no.
Okay, but
That's
Pwndnoob
the
does
match.
also. Morning Track also pointed out Pwndnoob does have one match to make up as well. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So okay, well then he's in a lot better shape then. That's true.
When you say make up, who is it? Royal Flush versus Pwndnoob. Okay. I
Well,
think, yeah.
Well then
Both of
Pwndnoob probably the
real
favorite, I think. Given the
Pwndnoob
makeup.
games have
Yeah.
been played.
Mhm. All right,
That's
thank you, gentlemen. That was a
Yep.
good cast.
yeah, that was
That was very entertaining sets.
Yep, absolutely. And then tomorrow we will have 3 more entertaining sets. One of them at least will be a live set, or should be.
That's right. Hopefully.
Yep.
What do we got? We got and also both involving current casters. So we got Dowsy versus Plastics tomorrow. We've got myself versus KCM rematch, and we've got how many times is that KCM versus Kaylee in SCL? It's at least like the 2, 4, 6, 7. I think 8. I think it's the 9th matchup between us in SCL. Should be very interesting.
All right.
And then we've got Catnip versus SG Nerf as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that'll be a great match for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Really influential matchups for every division.
Yes, yes, indeed.
All right. Well, that was it. Got anything to plug? I guess just the game.
SpyParty.com, $25, or on Steam for the same thing. Make sure you follow this channel to be sure to be notified whenever a Spy Party related or SCL related thing goes live. And yeah, buy the game, $25, SpyParty.com or Steam.
All right, and that's it. Thank you all. See everybody tomorrow.
Yep, adios.
Bye.